Danny Segura for MMA Junkie. I'm here with Tatiana Suarez, who is really close to fighting for a UFC title against Zhang Weili here on February 8th in the coming event of UFC 312. First of all, Tatiana, long time coming. How are you feeling? For the longest, you've been chasing this opportunity for years. It's finally here. Does it feel any different? Does it feel what you expected it would feel? Talk to me about your feelings ahead of your first championship fight.
Um, I feel good. I don't know. I don't feel like any different. I feel like I
Mhm.
just approach every fight the same, you know. Just another competition, another day. And it just happens to be, in Sydney, Australia, and it's going to be on pay per view. But other than that, I don't feel really any different. I know that it's obviously for the belt, but I want to win just as badly if it wasn't for the belt, just because I want to win, and that's my personality.
Of course, yeah. And before getting this opportunity, did you ever envision it in the sense of like what it would feel like? So like did it disappoint that it's not feeling like a bigger opportunity or anything like that, or you just kind of never really thought about it?
No, I mean, I don't really think about how, how
Mhm.
that I don't know how to explain it. I just don't put too much like stock into those kind of things.
Right.
Like, because I feel like I just want to win because I just want to win because I'm super competitive and I want to win and I love competing. And I've been competing for such a long time. Like, think
Mhm.
about it. I've been wrestling since I was 3 years old. So like I've just had this feeling of wanting to win in the sport for so long. So, it's just who I am. It's part of the person that I am. So I think regardless, I'm going to have that feeling.
Yeah. And by the way, I saw your documentary Unbreakable. Actually, Cassius invited me to a screening because I live out here in Miami. And it
Oh,
was it
I
was
can kind of
fantastic.
hear the accent a little.
Yeah, yeah, there it is. So it was great. I mean, obviously I cover the sport, been covering it for years, been covering your career for years, so I knew how much trouble you've been through. But watching it and just hearing your family and yourself, like you just kind of put it into context. So it was remarkable. It was really really good, and I encourage everyone to see it. Did at any point did you think this opportunity wouldn't come because of those issues that you had, all those health issues? Or were you always hopeful that this day would one day come?
No, I just knew that eventually this day would come. I think because I, have that never give up mentality, I just knew that my opportunity would come eventually. I just had to continue to win, and I had to continue to be the type of person that I am, and that's just to never give up and continue to persevere and go after my dreams.
Yeah. Yeah, there's got to be a part two to that. Now with all that, with this title fight and everything, I'm really excited for it. And I gotta ask you, last year we haven't seen you compete since 2023. Last year you had two fights booked. I believe the first one you had it booked. You had an injury, right, and you had to withdraw. And then the second one was kind of up in the air. We still don't know kind of what happened. I know you talked about it a little bit, but um, so I just wanted to ask you, how is what was those two fights fallen because of injury, and how's your health nowadays entering UFC 312?
No, I feel great. There's no injuries. The
Hmm.
first one was just like a meniscus. I had to get that repaired, so I did have to go get surgery. The second one, I just feel like the UFC just wanted this fight to happen, and why eliminate another
Right.
title contender? Because like after this fight, Verna's going to be fighting Yan Xiaonan, and say she wins that fight, that could be another. That's going to be either my first title defense or my second because I maybe Weili would want a rematch.
Hmm.
So I think that I feel like they did it right.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, a lot of people after your win over Jessica Andrade, a lot of people were saying straight up title shots. So, a lot of people were even surprised that they tried to book you a couple of times before that shot. And I got to ask you, I don't know if you've seen too much of the chatter from the fan base. A lot of people are supporting you, but some people are also concerned. They're like, oh, is she going to make it to the title fight? How's her body going to hold up, this and that, because of, some of the past history? Do you look at that as annoying? Do you appreciate the concern from the fan base? How do you feel about that? Because obviously you're in a very tough sport. You're a very tough lady, and it
Yeah.
almost feels like some people are kind of like I don't know, I don't know if the word would be trying to take care of you, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter now because we're already here. So,
Right.
the whole thing of that is just like, I made it here. I'm here, and on on Sunday here and Saturday there, I'm going to be competing for the world title.
Yeah. And you're in Australia now, by the way. How's been the adjustment?
Actually, it went so smoothly. I'm like, I'm not shocked because I know that if I do, because I'm very disciplined. So if I do things
Hmm.
that I've told, I can make those things happen. So like I just followed the protocol, and it just worked out so well. I mean, I've been sleeping on time, and everything's worked out fairly well for me here. So I'm really glad because I was like, I didn't know like how the time change was going to be for
Right.
me. I know sleep's very important, especially when you're trying to recover from a long day's work of training and stuff like that. So I wanted to make sure that I got here early, adjusted to everything, and everything's been great so far.
Nice. I'm glad glad it's worked out. And have you met Zhang Weili before? Because I know she does a lot of training in Vegas. I know she did a
Yeah.
lot of training in Tiger Muay Thai for this fight, but she's a lot in the PI and stuff like that. And obviously, you train out of Vegas, so I don't know if you've crossed paths, and if so, like, what's kind of your relationship like with her?
Yeah, actually, like her last camp, she was there in Vegas, so like I saw her quite a bit, almost every single
Hmm.
day. So I mean, she doesn't like. I know she speaks English, but I don't like. She didn't. I don't know. I've never like tried to have a whole conversation with her. It was they were very brief. I'm just like, hi, how are you? We're just like, and then I think a couple times I've seen her in the sauna, um, and I think she said something about like the sauna, like the higher you go, it's like a black belt, like it's like
Hmm. Yeah.
there is like black belt in the sauna, like I remember that conversation. But other than that, it's just we're very cordial. There's no bad blood, so I mean, I don't need to like dislike somebody to go fight them.
Hmm. Yeah. And from a sporting side of things, what have you made of her as a champion? Because obviously you've been linked to the title so long. Like a lot of people at some point were talking about you and Jacek, then you and Rose, and now it's Zhang Weili. So out of all those names, like what have you made of her? And do you feel like you are fighting sort of the very best of the strawweight history here?
Yeah, so I do feel that way. I do feel like I'm fighting, the best in the strawweight right now, and I'm going to show that I'm the best on Sunday here.
Yeah, awesome. And given that last year you weren't active, and you're looking great, you're undefeated. Would a title reign look like very busy? Are you one of those champions that would like to fight 2 or 3 times a year if possible?
Yeah, like for sure. Like I want to fight. I want to be active. Right now I'm healthy. My body's been holding up. I had a really long camp because I was supposed to fight Verna. Then I'm fighting. Then it got postponed to here. So like it's been an
Hmm.
extra couple months of camp, and my body's held up well. But I think the thing for me was just to find partners and stuff like that, and pick my partners wisely, which I have, and I've found that. And so that's all that matters. My coaches all know that I'm the best in the world. So their focus this camp was just getting me to the fight and making sure that my partners would take care of me and that there was no egos in there, and that the main priority was just getting Tatiana healthy and to the fight. And I sparred super super hard every single week, and I rolled really really hard, but with the right people and people that care about me and that want to make sure that I get to my fight.
Yeah. And by the way, did you ever get to train with Whaley while you were out in Vegas, or no? That was just sharing the sauna and stuff.
No, just yeah, no,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Sana.
Cool. And lastly,
I
a lot of
think
you have
that
made.
I think
Hmm?
that she wasn't gonna try to invite me to go train with her because she probably knew that we're gonna fight
Right.
soon.
Yeah. Did you get that vibe, sort of that feeling like, hey, we're gonna
Yeah,
fight each other. Like we're cool, but like our time is coming. Did you get that
yeah,
vibe going
absolutely.
across her and stuff?
Yeah, 100%. I felt that. I mean, she knows, and I know that like I know that I've been on her radar for some time because of the level of respect that she shows when I see her,
Hmm.
and vice versa.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Does that excite you? Like the fact that sort of the champ has that level of respect and definitely not overlooking you?
Um, like I don't really care either way. You know, I've had people respect me and I've had people doubt me.
Hmm.
So I've been on both ends of that, and neither one matters to me. I just train hard because I want to go win. So, um, yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter what the mentality of the person is. Um, I know like Jessica Andrade showed me that respect, and like, but she showed me that respect. But I saw, from the look in her eye that she wanted to go hit me as hard as she could, and I was
Yeah.
like, okay, well, I'm here, and you could try, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna choke you out.
And that you did, yeah.
Yeah.
And lastly, it seems you're just really focused on winning in the competition, like all the extras that maybe us reporters focus on. You don't care about that. But have you thought about what it would mean to you to win the title? Like, can you envision what that moment would feel like? And if you could put it into context, like you've been through so much, what would it mean to finally reach your dream and becoming UFC champion?
Yeah, I've thought about that. I've thought about so many things. I've thought about like what the crowd's gonna look like, who I'm gonna see before my fight. I've envisioned like my walkouts. I've envisioned, like my family, and I've envisioned all these things. But at the end of the day, I'm just focused on going out there, fighting my fight, doing what I know how to do, just like executing my game plan, being the I guess like the just me, like I can't
Mhm.
even explain me, but if you've seen me and you know me, you'd understand. Every single day this is how I am. Doesn't matter if it's at practice or here in front of thousands of people. Like I take everything so seriously because it means that much to me. And yeah, I'm just gonna go out there, be me, be the person that I am, and at the end of the day, those feelings are going to just be so organic because I'm going to win, and then it'll just come. So
Yeah.
I don't really want to put too much expectation on what the things I'm going to feel. I think they're just going to be there.
Yeah. Yeah. Staying in the moment. Yeah. That's awesome.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Tatiana. Well, I'm looking forward to this fight. Extremely excited for you. MMA fans have been waiting a long time for this moment, and it's finally here. So, congratulations from getting this far. And I know you've been through a lot. And best of luck on UFC 312.
Thank you. I appreciate you.